Everyone has an opinion about AI search right now. People are saying AI is killing SEO, AI replaces Google, long content is dead, backlinks don't matter, you need to optimize differently. But what does the data actually say? Ahrefs, which is a third-party audit tool that's widely used by so many SEOs in the world, just analyzed over 1 billion data points across 11 different studies on AI visibility. So in this video, I'm breaking down what they found and, more importantly, what it actually means for you as a real business owner. Now, obviously, I don't work at Ahrefs. This is their data, but I do want to analyze it from a strategic standpoint because there is a massive gap between what people are saying about AI and what the numbers actually show. So I actually found this study from LinkedIn, post that you'll see right here, written by Ryan Law, who is the director of content at Ahrefs. Now, in the link or in the comments of his post, he wrote a bunch of different links that you'll all be able to see. And if you want to go read all those, you can find them here. And we'll include the original LinkedIn post so you can do it. But he analyzed 10 quick points that I think summarize all the different case studies that they did and have done, and all the different data points to an effective aspect to break it down to where it'll be simple and easy for you to understand. So point number one is that YouTube is the strongest predictor inside of success with AI. YouTube mentions are the single strongest predictor of AI visibility, stronger than domain rating, backlinks, and traditional SEO signals. So this is important because we talk with a lot of businesses that their marketing agencies are still focusing on SEO in 2018, 2020, and even this time last year, where the game has just changed. So you hear that consistently in my content, and you'll hear it even more, is that SEO is not dead. It has evolved and changed as with anything with an algorithm. The direct correlation on YouTube signals, mentions, etc. is basically about 73.7%, which is really strong. So you may be asking why? Well, it's because Google owns YouTube. OpenAI trains on YouTube. AI systems cite YouTube heavily. So the strategic takeaway here is if you're not creating content on YouTube in 2026 under your business brand, you are voluntarily ignoring the strongest AI visibility signal that is available. This doesn't mean abandon your website and traditional SEO by any means. It means that video is now part of your SEO strategy. The next data point is that AI mode versus AI overviews has about an 86% same conclusion. So for the same query, AI mode and AI overviews reach the same conclusion about 86% of the time. But here's the interesting twist, is that they cite entirely different sources. There's actually only about a 13.7% overlap, meaning if I type in best roofing company near me in St. Louis, whatever, on AI mode versus AI overview, 86% of the time, you're going to get the same results, but only 13.7% of those results are going to happen because of the same sources. So it might rank one time because of the website SEO in one platform, and then YouTube or Reddit or wherever else. So they're pulling different things, but getting a lot of times the same results. AI mode responses are 4 times longer, mention 3x more entities as well, meaning that AI doesn't just summarize, it synthesizes. And the strategic takeaway here is you don't need to rank everywhere like so many people are telling you that you need to do. You need to be a part of the semantic web of entities that AI actually understands. Now, here's a myth with point number 3 that I'm glad that we can hammer out, is that content length doesn't matter. Like, the myth is that it does matter, but it truly does not matter. Content length correlation with AI citations is 0.04, which is basically 0. 53% of citations and links to stuff that's happening in AI search go to pages that are under 1,000 words. So that completely destroys the myth that you need 3,000 plus word blogs in order to rank in AI. No, you need clear answers, structured content, focused intent, and entity alignment. This is a massive, massive myth buster moment when it comes to SEO and content. Point number 4 is that Google still dominates traffic. And you're going to hear all the marketers say, no, it doesn't. AI's changing. You need to run ads. No, look at the data. Google sends 345 times more traffic than all of the AI stuff combined, whether that's ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Cloud. Let that sink in. Everyone screaming SEO is dead is ignoring it and trying to push whatever it is they're trying to sell you. Now, ChatGPT does account for 80+% of the AI-driven traffic, but AI-driven traffic is still so tiny compared to Google. So the strategic takeaway here is AI optimization matters, but Google is still the foundation. You shouldn't be doing one and not the other. You should have a strategy that combats both of these. Point number 5 is that AI overviews change every 2 days. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. You talk about AI and you talk about SEO being dead and you talk about trying to do this stuff on your own. Imagine being a business owner, trying to do your own SEO, marketing, whatever it is that you're trying to do, working off of algorithms that have an average lifespan of 2.15 days. AI overviews change 70% of the time, but the semantic meaning remains about 0.95 cosin similarity, which in plain English means the sources change, but the conclusion stays the same. This is important. AI doesn't care about your exact URL. It cares about conceptual consensus across a variety of different sources and platforms. Point number 6 is that best X blogs dominate. Nearly 44% of ChatGPT citations are coming from best X blog lists. Even crazier, 35% of those lists come from low authority domains. And now with that, those best lists or writing a blog about your local market, this is stuff I've been preaching for years. Stop writing blogs trying to rank on a national level, giving 5 tips about how to hire a contractor or 5 tips about to get your house ready for spring. What's even crazier is that with this, it should wake up everyone. Because it's not just about authority, it's about format and intent and alignment. The strategic takeaway here is if you're not creating comparison or best style content in your industry, you are literally ignoring what AI prefers. Now, data point 7, and this is something that I knew, I just didn't know it was this impactful. But again, it goes as to why you need to do the strategies we're talking about and doing for our clients on SEO, adding new content, refreshing content, rewriting content, is that 79% of cited blogs or pages inside of AI platforms were updated in 2025. So you can have content that quote unquote ranks from years and years and years ago. But if you haven't went and updated it in the last year, you're probably not getting the best impact that you possibly could. 76% were actually refreshed within 30 days. That's why we go rewrite content, take a look at the data to figure out what's working, what's not for our clients. This is massive. AI prefers recently updated, recently touched, recently refreshed, and static websites are losing relevance. So point number 8 is talking about AI hallucinations. When AI doesn't know the answer, it prefers fabricated content with specific numbers. So ChatGPT resisted best 84% accuracy. Grok and Copilot were fully manipulated. This matters because AI has problems, right? It's not perfect. Meaning that if your industry is thin on data, someone can go manipulate the narrative. And so that's a problem that consistently is going to come up over time. Data point number 9 is that domain rating correlates weekly meaning not strong, right? And so I touch on that because inside of a lot of marketing agencies, they're using Ahrefs, or we use SEMrush, or whatever tool they're using, and they're saying, oh my gosh, your domain rating, your domain authority is this. Your SEO company isn't doing the right thing. It's like, no, it's not. And we even have to tell people like, hey, your domain rating is super low. And this other marketing agency you're thinking about going with, I know they're trying to sell you on this, but they're just going to go buy a bunch of stupid backlinks and tell you this number is going up, and it really doesn't matter. Number of pages on the website is even weaker, right? Which is important because we do write quality and quantity of content for our clients, but we do the industry research to make sure that people are actually searching that stuff. So number of pages is important as long as it's the right content with data backed and it's written quality. So this destroys the other myth that you just need to keep producing blogs that don't matter and all this content just to have content on your website. No, it's gotta make sense. You don't need massive domain authority, you need topical clarity. And then point number 10 is kind of tying all this stuff in together on the fact that ChatGPT, or 67% of ChatGPT's top 1,000 citations are essentially off limit to marketers, meaning that Wikipedia alone has 29.7%. 23.8% are coming from homepages. Educational content is 19.4%, meaning that most of the AI citation space is dominated by authority institutions, large brands, and reference sources. So if you're a contractor, you're not competing for Wikipedia, you're competing for contextual inclusion. Here's the truth. AI visibility rewards entity clarity, freshness, format alignment, YouTube presence, structured answers, and semantic relevance. Not word count, not domain rating alone, not massive backlink campaigns like years and years ago. This is the paradigm shift that more people need to be talking about. But it's not chaos. SEO isn't dead. It's evolution. So if you're a home service contractor or business owner, you need to start YouTube immediately. You need to be creating content on your website always. Things like best in city style content. You need to update that content frequently. You need to build topical clusters, have structures that answer questions clearly, stop obsessing over word count, and most importantly, don't abandon Google. Don't stop SEO. Google is still the traffic engine driving all of the demand. AI isn't replacing SEO. It's reshaping what authority actually looks like. And if you understand the data instead of chasing the hype, you're already 90% away ahead of the market. If you have questions about SEO or ranking in AI platforms, feel free to reach out to us and schedule a call at buildauthority.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share it on social media. We provide a lot of honest marketing advice trying to help you become the authority in your industry. I'll see you in the next video.